Hi, my name is Derryanne. I'm with Century 21, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through the process to become a licensed realtor in the province of BC. Real estate is governed by the provinces, so to be licensed in Alberta is a different process than in BC. I was once licensed in Alberta, and I know that getting licensed is much easier actually in Alberta than it is in British Columbia, sad to say. So the process to get licensed is handled by the Sauder School of Business in Vancouver. But the process is basically, for the most part, correspondence. There's 3 days you will have to be in a classroom. Everything else you do on your own at home. So there's a number of components to this. The first one is the exam. You have to write an exam. It's 100 multiple choice questions completed in 3 hours with a passing grade of 70%. You can write this exam in Kelowna, but we would not recommend you do that because you will take about 6 weeks to get a booking time to write the exam, and then you'll wait 4 to 6 weeks to get your test results. And that's going to just be a killer. The other way to do it is to drive to Vancouver. And they write the exam twice a day, 9 o'clock in the morning and 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 days a week. So you'll get a booking time probably within 2 weeks, and you will get your marks the next business day. So that's what you want to do. So the first component is that exam. The second component is 20 assignments. So when you sign up at the Sauder School of Business, they'll send you this big box, and there's a big thick textbook in it. There's a book of 1,000 questions, which are very similar to the multiple choice questions that you'll get on the exam, and there's a book of 20 assignments. So the 20 assignments you submit them through your computer to the business school, and you can only submit 2 per week. If you miss a week, you can't submit 4 the next week. You can only submit 2 a week. So the fastest you could get through those 20 assignments is obviously 10 weeks, and you can't write the exam until those 20 assignments are done. The third piece is the English proficiency test. Now, if you have graduated, and it is graduated, from an English-speaking Canadian college or university, you are exempt from doing this. But most people have to do it. They've attended colleges and universities, but they have not graduated. So it's a 1-day course down in Kelowna. You sign up for it. There's a speaking piece to it, a hearing piece to it, and a writing piece to it. So they have practice exams online. Don't pay for them. There's about 4 or 5 practice exams that are free. And if English is your first language, you will have no trouble. They just give you information and then ask you questions. You have to write an email to your teacher, your child's teacher at school. So if English is your first language, you'll have no trouble. But you have to have that done before you write the exam if you have not graduated from a college or university. So there's the exam piece, the assignment piece, and the English proficiency piece. Once you write that exam and pass, you now go to the next level, which is the applied real estate course. That is 2 weeks at home on your computer. You're in a classroom, kind of a webinar situation. There's discussion, there's questions and answers. And at the end of 2 weeks, you go to Kelowna for 2 days in a classroom where you're actually dealing with an instructor and other students. Once you have finished that, they will grant you a temporary license. You can actually start selling real estate now. So at this point, you will join a real estate company. Hopefully it will be Century 21, but you can join any company you want. Once you've joined the company, you have to join, we have a tri-level agreement with the boards. So you have to join our local board, which is the Okanagan Mainline Real Estate Board. You have to join BC Board, and you have to join the Canadian Real Estate Board. So you have to join all 3 boards, and then you can start selling real estate. The final leg of the journey is before you have been selling real estate for 6 months, you have to complete a number of tasks that you will do in the field. Like you have to do an open house. You have to write a contract of purchase and sale. You have to take a listing. And once you have completed those, you submit all of that work, and then they will grant you your permanent license. And then you are fully licensed and completed all the work. So those are all the steps that you have to go through. Now, the question is, how long does it take? Most people we find take 4 to 6 months to get licensed. That exam is a tricky exam. It takes a lot to learn all the material, memorize all the definitions, and be able to do 100 multiple choice questions. So I would bank on 4 to 6 months to prepare yourself and get licensed. And the other big question is the cost. So from the time you order your big box of books until you are permanently licensed, you're looking at $5,500. Now, you don't write a check for $5,500. It's all done in pieces. So to order your books is $1,150, and you get your books. The English Proficiency exam is, I think, about $280. The exam you write in Vancouver, when you actually write it, is, I think, $135. The applied course, the 2 weeks at home and the 2 days in the classroom, I think it's $850. To join the tri-level board agreement and to get yourself signed up, ready to go, I'm not sure what it costs, but when you add it all up, you're looking at $5,500. So that does not include, that is all just to get licensed. Whether you join Royal LePage, RE/MAX, or Century 21, you will pay that same $5,500 because none of it goes to a real estate company. Once you join a real estate company, you are looking at fees to belong to that company. So we at Century 21 have what is called a gold plan. And that is what you pay corporate Century 21 to come under the umbrella of Century 21. And RE/MAX has the same type of fees. Royal LePage has the same types of fees. So you will pay those as long as you're under a banner. And then you will have other costs that you will be paying on a regular basis. So you're photocopying. When you take a listing, the board charges you a fee. You have to put a sign up. All those different fees depends on, how much you're working. If you're taking lots of listings, you're going to be having more of those fees, but you're also making a lot more money. So we usually suggest to people that you're looking at anywhere from $200 to $300 to $400 a month to pay for those fees. So that's how much it costs. We want people to understand that what you see on TV of a real estate agent showing 3 houses and the buyer buying one is not reality at all. This is the most incredible business to be in. You have freedom and you have a chance to make a way above average income. But it is not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. You have to be willing to step outside your comfort zone and do some things that you may not be comfortable with. You have to learn to manage your time because you don't have a boss. So if you want to sit at home on your couch eating bonbons and watching soap operas all day, as long as you pay those fees every month, nobody is going to tell you to do anything different. So you have to be able to monitor yourself, force yourself to prospect for new business, follow up on leads you get, write contracts, service your clients that they are being looked after during the process of buying or selling, and then have a program that maintains them as past clients so they will continually use you and come back to you. You need to be organized. A lot of people will ask me, how much computer knowledge do I have to have? You have to have a basic knowledge of computers. So if I say to you, cut and paste, and you don't know what I'm talking about, you probably should go to the college and take a computer course. If you can work emails, you're on social media, you know how to maneuver in Gmail, drag and drop pictures, all of those kinds of things, you'll be fine. And what you may be short on, you can pick up pretty easily. So there's lots to learn when you become a realtor. My job is that I teach a program that helps prepare you to write that exam. So I meet once a week in Salmon Arm and once a week in Vernon for 1 hour with students, and we work our way through those chapters in the textbook to get you ready to write that exam. Once you have passed and joined Century 21, I am also the coach. So the first 4 months in the business, I'm going to get you up and running. I'm going to teach you where to find business. I'm going to give you scripts and help you learn what to say when you're dealing with a buyer, what to say when you're dealing with a seller, how to close a buyer to write an offer, how to close a seller to list with you. So all of that part that a lot of people think, well, you just go out and you just find people to buy and sell. And that is much harder than you can imagine. And once you do find somebody, you really have to know what you're doing to convert them from a lead into a client, into a contract, into a paycheck. So I hope I've answered all your questions. If you are interested, I have a video on how to sign up for the course. I actually take you to the site on my computer and show you which buttons to click to sign up. Okay, if you have any other questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to me. I'm always here and available.